It's important to make money. It's important to talk about the markets, but it's more important to have fun. And this is going to be a fun day on Pre-Market Prep.
Let's bring in the birthday boy.
What are you talking about?
Yeah, happy birthday,
It's my birthday?
Happy birthday.
Thank you, Chad. Oh, yes, I feel older already. My back is hurting here this morning. I'm sleepier than normal, so 43 feels worse than 42.
Happy birthday, Dennis. Happy birthday.
Thanks, guys. Thanks, Chad, for everybody for the happy birthday.
We played it low key. We played it.
I'd forget my own birthday if it wasn't for my wife. So,
Dennis, what do you got going on there in the background? Oh, it's its birthday!
approaching 50, Joel. Approaching 50 is certainly bad. I'd forget my own birthday if it wasn't for my wife and kids. So I show up in the morning, I just see this out here. I was like, oh, it's my birthday today. Wow. I didn't even know that.
Shout out the kids for giving you a little celebration. They did
a nice job. They did a nice job decorating.
Wow. Hey, listen, one more thing. All you Twitter trolls out there, can you be nice to Dennis today?
Yeah.
Don't forget, you're on mute, though. Let me do the old mute trick. There we go.
The old mute trick. Holy cow. Thank you, guys. That was unbelievable. I can't believe, some of those 43, 44, 49 now. Wow. The years just fly by, man. We've been doing this show a long time. I don't know. I think we're in like our 12th season of this show. So, which is crazy to think about. It's been a long time. A few co-hosts along the way there too. A little Spencer Israel in there, AB. That's funny. You guys did a great job pting that together.
Yeah, it took me. It must have
now
taken
you
me,
or Josh.
It took me 7 hours to do that.
Yeah. I'm sure you had a little bit of help with that. That was an unbelievable job of editing. So, wow. Thanks everyone in the chat for the birthday wishes. Yes, it is indeed my birthday. And I had a couple special guests that came up and visited me for my birthday on a surprise. We are live from Georgian Bay, and the Brentster is actually right here in my office. And Joel, here's the Brentster. He's right here waving to me.
We got someone else to say happy birthday. We got
Thank you.
Someone else to say happy birthday to you.
Oh, you do?
Yeah.
What's he got? Come on.
Hey, happy birthday, Denny.
Rob McLister, how are you, buddy?
I had to get
Naples?
up early
Live
today,
from
man. Congratulate my old trading stablemate on this life milestone.
We were all in the office together, me, Rob, and Joel in the Bright Trading office when I started in 1999. Rob had all the secret strategies and had to be in his own room, though. He didn't want anybody coming in there and seeing all of his strategies there.
Yeah,
and he's live from Naples. How's the weather down there, Rob?
You know what? It's sunny and sunny. The chance is sunny.
It's unbelievable. We went and saw Rob there over the Christmas holidays there, and it was just unbelievable down there in Naples. So beautiful. Town's unreal. And I took a nice boat ride. Rob is, just beautiful. Obviously, I had a great time with you there. Thanks for that, too.
Rob, I know you're about to turn 40. So you really can't give any advice to Dennis about turning 49, but could you still give him some?
Well, I mean, then, you're 1 year closer to CPP, which, unlike Social Security down here in the States, should still be there waiting for you. So that's a positive, I guess. I hope that all the banter with Joel is keeping you young.
Sometimes.
Yeah, sometimes it wears on him.
It does. I think, yeah. So
the good news is you're still younger than a 50-year bond. So there's that. Although you're a lot older.
That's fantastic news. Although they tell me I'm in my 50th year, so that doesn't sound good either.
You're a lot older than those 40-year Japanese bonds where the yields just made all-time highs. So
wow,
that kind of sucks. But
give us the yield outlook here. So if you don't know Rob specializes he's the rate master. He will tell you where rates are going. He can predict all of rates. Tell us where rates are going, Mr. Rob McLister.
Well, Dan, because it's your birthday, I was going to give you an interest rate tip as a present, actually. So it's funny that you ask. Yeah, my tip is, and I just introduced Joel to this site the other day. buy the no Fed cuts contract in 2025 at Kalshi. Okay, I think it's trading at a 27% probability. So you're getting paid like 3 to 1 if you're right that the Fed
No cuts. And I've been saying no cuts.
The Fed's phantom cuts will not happen in 2025. So that's easy pickings for you.
Wow. So you're on that same boat. You think no cuts in 2025?
It's the financial equivalent of betting against sunny days in Vancouver, man.
It's a
All
sure
right,
thing.
Bob. We got to get on with the show. People are going to get anxious here. We're covering
like
the
the rate
markets.
talk.
Rob, thanks you. I know that you had to get up really early to do this, so we really appreciate it. We'll talk to you. We'll get you back on PMP soon.
All right, Denny, live long and may your portfolio prosper.
Thanks, Rob. That was awesome. Holy cow, you guys went all out here. We got Rob. We got everybody. Yeah, this was an unbelievable birthday. They've done a fantastic job. And, the markets have been unbelievable here, too. We know that it has been, climbing the wall of worry here forever. I continue to stick with my prediction that we will hit all-time highs in June. They're not too far away here now. What are we, at 2% away? About 2% away. So we're trying. And then the Tesla comeback king here, TSLA. I like this setup, Joel. I like this screen here. This looks good. You got all the components on the left. It's a little bit different setup today, but I like it. Ripping
Usually I have 3 big screens, my laptop, and then my TV that I put CNBC on for about 5 minutes in the morning, and then I turn that off. So a little bit, I'll try and still do the technicals here and stuff. Tesla's ripping, and this is just such an important area. Because this is where you broke down from. I don't know if it's a sell the news kind of thing, but the best thing I can tell you is just keep an eye on that pre-market high, wherever it may be. If it's 335, 340, or whatever, because I think people are coming here and going to ring the register here in Tesla. I'm not buying it. I know you're not chasing it, and I would go. I'll give you 350, and I'll take 320. We've talked about these bets before, but we'll see. A very important area, very, very important area for Tesla. So we are made up now. A China deal. I mean,
yeah.
Who has it better than Elon Musk?
Yeah, Brentster, come in here, read the news.
All right, So Trump is saying that, this looks like Bloomberg headlines. Trump is saying deal with China is done. This is from a few minutes ago now. We will provide to China what was agreed to. We are getting a 55% tariff. China is getting a 10% tariff. Rare earths mentioned here will be supplied upfront by China. Deal is subject to final approval with China's Xi and me. That could be like a new sitcom.
Okay, I don't even know what to say on this. We are getting a 55% tariffs. It's like it's a grammar problem here. We are getting a 55% tariffs. Oh, we are getting a total of 55% tariffs. China's getting 10%. Okay. I don't know what that means. I guess, it's 55 on the goods coming in from China and 10% on the goods that U.S. is shipping to China. So I don't know if that's necessarily a great thing. I don't think it's a great thing for, companies who are buying stuff from China if that's where it's going to land. I think the market would probably like it to land quite a bit lower than that. But right now, the market has popped significantly here. Well, not significantly, but a little bit here on this deal. But I don't know if it's that great. I mean, for the markets. Also talked about rare earths in here. And this is obviously just breaking. Subject to final approval. Full magnets and necessary rare earths will be supplied upfront by China. So we're seeing MP Materials get dipping on this. MP is down 4.48% here right now. Also, last night, we had some type of deal on steel tariffs as well with Mexico. Like, I don't know if it was finalized. I forget the headline there too, Brent, if you have it. But we have steel stocks all getting hit this morning, getting hit last night. We were trading them live on STN. Nucor down $4.79. I did get a short on Nucor last night, which I covered too soon, of course. Steel Dynamics at one point in time was down 5. It's only down 2 now. Cleveland Cliffs was trading actively. It's down 5%. So you're seeing a few companies, getting impacted here by potential deals that are happening. I don't know. I look at this China deal and I don't think it's that great. Like, I mean, it's good, I guess, if you like tariffs, but if they're going to land that high, it makes me think that there could be issues with those companies who are buying goods from China if it's going to land that high. I guess it's better than 150%, but a 55% tariff is still going to be significant. So I got to think there's going to be some pass through, like a Walmart. Obviously, so many companies buying their stuff at dollar stores. So many companies buy their stuff from China. So I guess it's perspective. I mean, if you were counting on it was going to be 150%, now it's only 55. I guess that's a good thing. But if you're counting and think it was going to land like a 10 or 20 and you're going to land at 55, I mean, it sounds pretty high still.
I mean, I'm seeing different things here. Was it because someone's saying a tax? I mean, tariffs, tax, the same thing. I don't know. I mean, this is like a much broader discussion, but the U.S. steel companies and steel mills are just decades behind the rest of the world. There's no way. I mean, infrastructure, the U.S. steel deal. I mean, we were talking about Gary, Indiana yesterday. I mean, it's going to take decades for us to, get to replace these factories and this for the infrastructure. So, short-term pain for long-term gain is, that's the perspective on it. So, but anyways, yeah, they hit the Nucor, they hit these other steel stocks. U.S. Steel, they got the deal.
And the headline last night, I'll just give it to you exactly, Joel, is Bloomberg reported this. And so the U.S. and Mexico are nearing a deal to reduce steel duties and cap imports. So actually talking about potentially that would bring in more steel from Mexico. So then we're currently getting, so to reduce those. So that's why the U.S. steel names are down, which is Nucor, Steel Dynamics. X is not down because they already have a deal on the table there, so that's not going to get hit. But you see Cleveland Cliffs, the three main ones, Cleveland Cliffs, CLF, Nucor, and Steel Dynamics all trading lower.
Okay. All right.
So Trump tariffs driving the bus here once again.
Do we care about Stitch Fix?
I was just looking at another breaking headline because I'm in that GSRT thing. If anybody's in there, we've talked about that. It was a Money Mitch pick. Terra Innovatum signed strategic partnership with Paragon Energy Solutions to support commercialization and global deployment of solo micro module nuclear reactor. So that is stock GSRT. Stock not moving here yet on this headline, but it just came across the board here right now. So I figured I would mention it because I was looking at it. And I'm long the stock, and I know I've talked about it in the STN room, and I've talked about it on pre-market prep before too. And Money Mitch has bought us as well. Jay Rice, this was one of his picks too. So there's a headline there. So just keep that in mind if you're in GSRT.
When does it de-SPAC?
That's a good question. I don't know.
Yeah,
I gotta look and find that out. When's it actually become the company it's supposed to become? I don't think it's been fully approved yet. So Terra Innovatum, I think it's becoming. I don't know if it's fully approved yet.
Okay.
I'm not sure.
We just got one more happy birthday here. Hey,
Holy.
CF.
Happy birthday. Hey, I heard it's somebody's birthday.
Mr. Christian Fromhertz, thank you very much. This is like special guest Wednesday. Everybody coming in here. CF in here too.
You get a trade deal too on your birthday. Look at this.
I know.
I
don't know if it's that great. I'm
29?
not sure it's that great though. I'm trying to decide if I like it or not. I'm kind of concerned the 55 is still a little bit high. So we got CF here. We got to get 2 minutes of his analysis here on this trade deal here. What are your initial thoughts? I mean, 55 is a little bit high still. Is that concerning to the markets, or it's just a deal is just good news, period?
Well, and so yes, happy 29th birthday, first of all.
Thank you.
So, almost on to a big birthday 30. Yeah, I mean, I think it's a little bit of sell the news. Maybe the market's waiting for the CPI report that we're going to get in 15 minutes too. But there's been a lot of as some of these deals, the probability gets higher and higher, the market reaction gets less and less. And like the other one too that we heard yesterday is that like they're getting closer with the India deal too. So, I think that we've kind of run into some of these events. Do I think that we sell off on them? I don't think so, but I think it's a little bit of priced in at this point.
I think we could sell off on these, so I'm not actually in love with this deal. I'm torn here. I'm sitting here and I'm torn, and I'm like, okay, it's nice to get a deal, at least framework, and getting percentages, but I'm like, I think this is landing higher than the market thought it was going to land. So I wouldn't be surprised if we actually see some of the stocks, and think about stocks that buy stuff from China, actually start to dip on this. So I'm concerned, and the market is like starting to show a little bit of concern here as well. We initially ripped about 10 handles on the initial headline, and we're starting to dip back down to the pre-market lows here too. So I'm just slight. I got some slight concern here. I'm torn. So yeah, buddy,
Gotcha.
Christian, I know you got to go trade and everything. So obviously busy, and
Yes,
so
just wanted to come on and say and happy birthday. I heard you wanted a trade deal for your birthday, so there you go.
we got one. Trump was listening, so I got a deal, even though I don't know if I love the deal.
All right,
thanks
guys.
so much, Christian. Appreciate
have a
you
great
coming
morning,
on.
and good luck trading remotely, guys. So see you.
Thanks, Christian.
One thing on the China deal is I'd like to just remind people about the timeline here. Dennis, we were like, this deal is years away, and is this potentially our second deal here? So just a little something to think about. But Dennis, I know you wanted to talk about the laggard trade picking up. Intel, Nike, Stitch Fix, we could even throw in there. What was on your radar here for the laggard trade this morning?
Yeah, we were talking yesterday in the STN room about laggards perking up, and we are definitely seeing that here now, where the laggard trade is starting to pick up steam, starting with the most laggard of them all. And my daughter is bringing me in a birthday hat today, and she just nailed me with it. So this is like crazy birthday day. I mean, everybody in the whole world knows my birthday now. It's a lot. This has been a lot to take in here. Thanks for all the happy birthday wishes. My daughter's going to school right now, so she's brought me in this cool birthday hat. So I'll continue to wear this. I don't know if whatever I say can take it seriously with this hat on, but I will try. Yeah. So I got distracted from but the laggard trade. So the ultimate laggard, which we actually talked about, I think on pre-market prep yesterday, and I was saying I kind of like it. And I was talking about in the STN room too, was Intel. And I'm like, it's kind of just sitting here and looking for it's consolidating and kind of looking like it's getting itchy to start to rise. Well, yesterday Intel had a huge move, up 7%. So definitely seeing some of these laggards show some life here. Other laggards that were moving were Nike yesterday. Nike has been the source of weakness here. Now, again, with Nike, obviously trade deals and stuff are going to matter there too, but it showed a little bit of life yesterday. Some solar stock showed a little bit of life yesterday. Solar Edge, which has been the dog of all dogs, and ENPH both had a pretty good move yesterday. So you can clearly see this market is now starting to look for stocks that haven't gone or that have been weak. We've been talking about the healthcare trade and the drug stocks for a while. Those are all starting to perk up a little bit more here as well. Bristol Myers was up $1 yesterday, I believe, or close to it. Merck had a really good day, which has been a laggard as well. So money is starting to rotate from not necessarily from the leaders. The leaders kind of are just staying put, but the laggards is really why we were up yesterday on the S&P, why we were up 30 handles. It wasn't your typical stocks like Mag 7 driving the bus yesterday. Amazon was kind of flat, a little bit up. Apple wasn't really up at all. Microsoft was sitting there just kind of hanging out. It was really the laggard trade really picking up the slack. So we're starting to see rotation into those stocks that haven't, really performed this year. So keep that in mind if you're trading. And if you got some laggards, let us know here. I'm going to take the hat off now. If you've got some laggards, let us know here because I think that, sometimes this laggard trade picks up steam and sometimes it lasts for a couple of days. So keep that in mind if you're trading.
First Solar got an upgrade today too, as well.
And it's been a laggard as well, the solar stocks, but not as much. First Solar's been best of breed, and it's kind of been a consolidation station. We can talk about that in a rating segment later today, but we'll just preview it. Okay. I did get an upgrade to buy. I am long First Solar in my long-term account. I've said it's an AI play, and I believe it is. I think energy issues are going to be an issue and come for AI, and we need energy from multiple sources and sustainable sources like First Solar. Even though it's expensive, may not be a bad play. The S&Ps, Joel, are bouncing all over the place. We went up.
Dennis, simple setup.
Give it to
Talked
me.
about on the STN room. 49.50, yesterday's high. Overnight, boom, I thought the close to that level would be defended. It went to 52.25. Brent loves those half and whole numbers. So everything is great. Everything is rosy. For this rally to continue, and who knows what's going to happen with the CPI, you got a bogey there, man. You got, and I'm not going to say a potential double top, but it's a potential double top. Yesterday's high, 49.50 and 52 and a quarter. If you're long, and I'd wait for that, or even the mark. I mean, we're still 9 handles off the mark, and if this was a deal that the street loved, I mean, why aren't we up like 175 handles?
Well, I think they're mixed. I think the street likes the fact that we've got some numbers, and no, we're not going to land at 150%. It doesn't look like. So they think they like the fact that we're getting a deal. But like I say, I'm kind of lukewarm to this deal. I did not think we were going to land at 55% on China, and I start to think about repercussions for that. And I mean, it's going to be inflationary, and we're going to get, inflation data in 8 minutes, and none of this is going to be in that data. But you start thinking like 2-3 months down the road, we get a lot of stuff from China. Like, I think we looked up this number before, like how much, I don't know how you could ask that, maybe how much goods imported from China. Just trying to figure out if we can figure out a number.
Who's this helping? Is helping China. Yeah, look at that, China. Look at that FXI. Right? There it is.
Yeah, it's moving up slightly here. Percentage. So I got a number, but it's from 2024. So, okay, going back. In 2021, I don't know why it's giving me 2024. Oh, no. In 2024, China, no, that's Canadian imports. In 2024, China accounted for 13.4% of the goods imported to the USA. That means for every $100 of goods imported to the USA, $13.40 come from China. Thanks for that math. 13.4%. I'm just so it's significant. I mean, I believe that's the number one, importer of goods is still China here. I'm just trying to get some other numbers here too, to try to give perspective here. Like, we're trying to figure out how inflationary it is if it lands at 55%. So I mean, $438 billion worth of goods came in from China in 2024. 438 billion. So if you tariff those 438 billion 55%, that's an extra $200 billion of cost. 250 billion. Now, I would say that there's going to be some, if it's 55%, there's going to be some, that number's going to go down. They're not going to bring in as much because it's too much, money. So there's going to be companies that are going to try to buy elsewhere. But it's hard to think that it's not going to be inflationary. That's a pretty big number. Yeah. Anyways, those are my thoughts. Initial thoughts is that I'm not sure this is a great deal for the stock market. It might be a great deal for Trump. I'm not sure it's a great deal for the stock market. So I don't know. We can say it's a drop in the bucket, but I know, and 13% did sound lower than me too. It's still significant though. And remember, that's going to be other countries or imports are coming in from other countries as well. So we got to think about the other trade deals going across. Maybe China's going to be the highest one. Maybe the 10%ers that we get elsewhere are going to look really cheap now. I just think it's landing a lot higher than I thought. And that's why I'm a little concerned. I think that's why the market isn't just ripping higher here this morning. So continuing on with the stock talk here, though, we haven't got really to Tesla here. We mentioned it briefly, but Tesla is ripping here this morning. It's up another 8 points. The reason for Tesla ripping is, one, probably a little bit of the trade deal, but two, the main reason is that Elon Musk has tweeted out that he regrets some of the tweets that he put out on Twitter against the president. And we know which tweet he's referring to. He's referring to the Epstein one because he deleted it. So, when you're deleting tweets, that's obviously, you're regretting that. So he accused Donald Trump of being in the Epstein files to Donald Trump, then said have a great day after that. He obviously regrets that. Trump also, there was also commentary about from Trump, and somebody had asked him if he would, I'm missing it. I don't have it right in front of me, but if he would be willing to basically make up with Musk, and he said possibly. So I mean, it sounds like they are kissing and making up to it, lack of a better word here. So, which is good news for Tesla. So Tesla continues to run. It has been on a rampage for the last 3 days since the tweet storm stopped. And we've got back almost all the losses. We talked about this at 335. and the stock is back from where it came with 335. So robotaxi coming, potentially starting tomorrow. They've been spotted. There's some on social media. We've seen, some of them spotted, I guess, in Austin. So it appears that robotaxi launch is a go. I believe that officially starts tomorrow. So that's a catalyst here as well. Christian Fromhertz was talking about that yesterday. So lots of reasons to be bullish Tesla. The one concern here now is that we've just run a long ways. So we've been running from 281 to 333. So in 2 days, the stock is up about 17%. In my book, that's the definition of chasing here. Joel, your thoughts?
I mean, I'm just going to reiterate what I said before. I mean, we'll find out if technical analysis really works or not. At this area, this 335 to 333, a lot of threes in there. Let's just call it 334. Let's see. I keep an eye on the pre-market high. Old support, new resistance. So that's what I'm looking at. But in a few minutes here,
CPI.
Yeah, we got CPI coming up. And it's a big number. Brent, do you have a preview?
Yes, I do. CPI, the core reading month over month for May, we're expecting up 0.3%. The base reading, we're expecting up 0.2%. Core CPI on a year-over-year basis, we're expecting up 2.9%. The base reading, we're expecting up 2.5%. Under 3 minutes here. But is there somebody else we should bring into this conversation?
Yeah. Why don't we get a little preview? With Blue, and he'll take us through the number.
I was thinking somebody else here real quick.
Okay.
Maybe.
Okay. Yeah, let's go real quick to that.
Whoa!
Oh my gosh.
Oh
There he
man!
is.
What's this?
Oh my gosh, Mr. Spencer Israel.
Wait,
what are you doing?
Wait, you're on this show.
I
You're on
also
this show
heard
too?
congratulations are in order for you.
I didn't know you'd be here. I knew Joel would be here. I didn't know you'd be here. Happy birthday!
Thanks, buddy.
Happy
Appreciate it.
birthday, Dennis. Happy birthday.
Thanks, guys. Thanks, Chad. This birthday won't go away.
I know they're annoying, aren't they? They come every year. It's annoying.
And yeah, I know it is annoying. And Spencer, you are now a dad. Congratulations, buddy.
Yeah, I've been a dad for today would be day 8. Today's day 8.
Oh my gosh, you're in the thick of it.
I haven't slept. I was just texting Joel. I haven't slept for longer than a 2-hour chunk since Thursday night. Right? So since we got home from the hospital on Thursday. So yeah, I am in the thick of it. Dennis, I don't know, all those years when you were always sick. You were always sick because your kids were always sick. And I don't know how. And then you had this show. I don't know how you did it, man.
What's the name? What's the name, Spencer?
His name is Evan. Evan,
Okay.
and then
awesome.
his middle name is Samuel. So
Okay.
Very nice.
Yes. Hey, Spencer.
Yeah.
Just one more thing to show you.
yeah.
Don't forget, you're on mute though. Let me do the old mute trick. There we go.
Okay, Spencer, we got
muting his mic.
we gotta go. We gotta hop.
Okay.
We're
okay.
ripping.
Oh my God!
All right. I'll say goodbye. It was
Here we
great
got-
talking to you
We're
guys.
ripping.
Here we got
Spencer,
low-
thank you so much.
we got lower than expected inflation here. Core CPI month over month for May up 0.1%. Economists were looking for a 0.3% rise. The base reading month over month was also up 0.1. The year over year core reading up 2.8%. That was softer, lighter than expected at 2.9% estimate. And what did you say? What did you guys say? The market ripping here?
Oh yeah, we just had a big pop in
Big
new
time.
high of the move. Yeah, big time. I hope you didn't get picked off on that. If you did, you can
I
blame
just got my
Spencer.
orders out in time, actually.
Yeah, because Spencer was supposed to be on at 8:21 and he slept in.
Oh,
Oh,
geez.
he was
Sorry.
The laggard trade, Spencer Israel. Yeah, we're ripping here. Not much resistance. There's some red bars going back from March and April. They're ripping through, but you're ripping here. Tesla ripping too. Yeah, just blowing through that area. Nothing but goodness. But Dennis, I know you want to. I know you want to trade this a little bit. Just real quick. Why do you need a hop or can
No,
we
I'm
bring
good.
on Blue?
I'm
You
good.
okay?
Oh, Spencer will say bye. Thanks, Spencer.
Okay. Yep. All right. Let's go to our guest.
Yeah, let's bring in Blue.
There he is, Blue Putnam, consultant, former CME chief economist. Dennis just caught up with you, Blue, in age, 49.
He is, yes. Congratulations.
Thank you, Blue.
What is it? 60
Yeah,
is the new 50?
I think so. I'm hoping that's the case anyways. But Blue, I mean, we get a little bit of a light number here. What are your thoughts? I mean, we come in and the market's ripping on it.
Well, it's light, but if you look back 12 months, almost the same number just dropped off the back end. So, we're still at 2.8 on the core year over year. We're at 2.4 on the full number year on year. So it's not that much difference. What I think people are missing here is that the U.S. economy it's 2/3 a service economy. All this inflation we're talking about is going to come in goods. And we're starting from a point of virtually no goods inflation at all. So, and service inflation is coming down, very, very slowly, but it's coming down. So the long run outlook for inflation is pretty much where we are. It's not much higher, not much lower, unless this tariff situation gets a lot worse. And that doesn't seem like that's not the likely outcome.
So where does this put us with the Fed? I mean, I know Jerome Powell is probably going to be fired tomorrow or the next day. But where does this put us from, on the Fed dot plot? What's to say about interest rates moving forward? On Kelsey, is what our first guest talked about. There's only a 27% probability of an interest rate cut in 2025. How does this economic data play into that?
Well, if a couple of things packed into there. Let's talk about Jay Powell first, and then we'll talk about where they are. So President Trump has announced that he's about to announce who he's going to choose to be the new Fed chair. Now, that doesn't happen until May of next year, officially, and Jay Powell's not going anywhere. However, once President Trump puts a name on somebody, we're going to be talking about that person. What do you think the Fed should do? Well, and of course, that person may already be on the board. There's a pretty decent chance of that, but we won't know till President Trump tells us. So it will change the dynamics at the Fed. The big question is this appointment going to be a zero interest rate guy, a really low interest rate guy? And if so, that will get people worried about the long run independence of the Federal Reserve. And if they're worried about that, they're going to be worried about the dollar. And so, we have to wait for the announcement, but this is going to put the dollar on edge, if you will, to be sold off if we get a super interest rate, low interest rate person coming in. Now back to what the Fed can do. The Fed's got room to ease. Fed funds rates are a little bit over 4%. The core inflation rate here is between 2 and 3. They got plenty of room. They could ease, and they could ease at least 2 times, maybe even 3 at current rates. But they haven't done that, and they haven't done that partly because they want to see what's going on. But it's not just about inflation. I don't think they'll lower rates until they're sure the economy's okay. But if the economy's not okay or weakening, then that's when they will lower rates. So I don't believe the number we saw today is the trigger for lower rates. It was the trigger for rates stay higher, and that didn't happen. So we have the room to lower, but it's going to be the economy, the unemployment rate, personal consumption expenditures, those things that decide how much the Fed eases. I'm in the camp that they will ease more than once because I think the economy will weaken enough that they'll be comfortable easing.
Going back to the the year-over-year comparison stuff. I mean, you're right. When does that become increasingly more difficult or easier?
We actually have been in a, if I can use your terminology, we've been in a trading range on these monthly inflation numbers. You know, they'll 0.1 and then they'll be 0.3 and whatever. The 2% number is around 1.6, 1.7 a month. That's what you have to sustain. We're a little bit over that on average. And these numbers do bounce around a tenth up, a tenth down, every now and then 0.2. So we're out of the zone where we have to worry too much about what's falling off the back end of the truck. And we are correct to be following these monthly numbers, but you know, I don't see them averaging 0.1. I see them averaging more like 0.2 or maybe even just a hair above that over the next 6 months. But again, it's goods inflation higher, service inflation drifting lower. And remember, the goods only get a 1/3 weight.
All right. So if you didn't take the job as the next Federal Reserve Chairman, who would you appoint?
I don't know anybody wants that job this time around. It's going to be pretty tough. So I don't have a pick on who might get that job or who might even want it.
What about Trump? Can he appoint himself to be head of the Federal Reserve?
Wow, that would be interesting. He probably can. There's nothing that says you can't hold more than one job.
What indicators, what are you looking at? I mean, this is a good number, so assuming, you know, this is going to be helping the economy. When do you think, I mean, really undecided on the tariffs, when do you think the tariff effect is going to come in and have an impact on inflation? Or will it at all?
It's already having an impact, but it's really hard to see because we, you know, as an economy, we front run in front of the tariffs, and we brought in an absolute ton of imports, which is why we had a negative GDP print for the first quarter. And those imports have dried up. So now we're going to get a solidly positive real GDP for the second quarter. So we're already seeing the impact in how people behave and how companies behave, but we have not seen the cost being passed on very much yet. And so that's what happens over the next 3 or 4 months. But there are 2 stages to that. Until you know what the final tariffs are going to look like, and by the way, they might never be final, it's hard to decide your pricing strategy. So I think we're in that phase where companies would rather not raise prices during the transition in case they don't have to. So we're probably talking much later in the year to see the full effect. And I mean fourth quarter.
So what's the Fed do? I mean, if we're going to wait, and are they anticipating that, you know, inflation data could change with the tariffs here? And are they going to stand pat? You know, are they going to possibly lower rates in the second half? What's Blue Putnam's prediction for interest rates in the second half?
My prediction is they will lower them. But here's the thing, the Fed doesn't want to lower too early. They don't want to have to reverse. So it would be the inflation that would cause them to stay on hold or drive rates higher. It's going to be a weaker consumer that causes them to lower rates. My odds are that the consumer weakens enough that they're convinced that they will not get inflation. By the way, you have to understand how the Fed more or less, I say more or less, how they more or less predict inflation. It varies from each Fed governor and each Fed president, but as a group, they depend a lot on their view on personal consumption and unemployment to drive their view of inflation. So for them, for the group as a whole, tariffs are a one-year temporary thing, whereas if personal consumption slows down or unemployment rate rises, that's a more permanent thing they have to act on. And that would lower their inflation forecast, and then they would lower rates. So, you know, I think we're going to get 2 rate cuts by the end of the year, and maybe even a third if the weakness comes a little sooner.
So when do you think we start seeing that weakness? Just so I've got to interrupt you. When do we start seeing that weakness show up in the numbers? Because we're not really seeing it yet. Is that coming? Like this, you know, like July, August? Are we going to start seeing this weakness from the consumer?
More like August, September. So I hate to put you off another month, but don't you don't want to jump this gun too early.
Okay, we know who he is. He's Blue Putnam, consultant, former chief economist at the CME, our inflation expert. Blue, thanks for joining us on this very special day. Dennis's 49th birthday for you guys joining late here. Yep, here we go. Thanks, Blue. We'll talk to you next
Thank
month.
you.
Back to our regularly scheduled programming here. And to dip in, no dip, just a rip.
A pretty good rep.
Yep.
You know what, though? Look at the bonds. The TLT is not rallying on this. So I don't know where we were before the number. I didn't look, so I'm not sure if we did rally. You can look at it now, Joel, and see if we did come up a little bit on this number.
I gotta work on my charts here. Let's go to
we did come up, so we were down earlier, so we did move up a little bit here. So I mean, I can show my charts too if you want.
No, I got the 24 out. Yeah, no, we popped, Dennis. We popped.
Yeah, we did pop a little bit. We're still flat.
Yeah. So there, that's a nice pop there. That's about a 60-cent pop. So
we were down earlier, and then we've come back, but we're still just flat here. I mean, IWM is loving it. We've been talking about the strength in the IWM. The small caps need lower rates now, and that's absolutely what they're getting here, or not. Not what they're getting, but that data is going to be helping them to get there. So any type of light inflation data, IWM is going to respond very well to. The other area that will respond well, and I've talked about this, is the laggard trade, is solar stocks. I mean, they need lower rates now, XBI as well. But let's jump into solar here just for a second. I am long First Solar. I took a long position there about a week and a half ago in the STN room. I added it to my long-term portfolio. And my reasoning, I think I talked about even on pre-market prep, is I do believe that First Solar is an AI play. I think we're going to need to get energy from other sources besides nuclear.
How was it like? I'm trying to visualize it. Like AI, like the remote. I mean, they already got to have high technology, right, to be running
energy. So if we've got nuclear and saying we need nuclear as AI, we need power, we need energy for all this AI. And it's all going to be nuclear. I'm telling you, it's going to come from other sources as well. And solar is a source that has been thrown out because it's expensive. It is expensive. So we know, these stocks have really been beat up. But, I think there's a play here, and the valuation is attractive to me as well. And that's why I made the pitch for First Solar there about a week and a half ago. I'm in at 159, so I'm up about 10 points at this point in time. Actually, a day I bought it, it went down after I bought it too. So I took some heat on this one too. But you got a PE here, a cyclical business, but forward PE on P and First Solar is 10. I mean, price to sales is 4. Like a tangible book value is $75 a share. And this is a real business, makes real money, makes a lot of money. If they ever start thinking about solar as AI, I think these stocks could double. So I like First Solar. Jefferies is upgrading the stock here today, so they agree with me to a certain extent. They're upgrading from hold to buy, putting a price target of $192. Analyst comment, it's time to get constructive again. We upgrade First Solar to buy, raising EPS estimates with higher ASPs in 28. We see our upsides to our estimates if new market pricing rises to 32, 33 cents a watt range for new contracts. So they're upgrading for different reasons, but I like it. I think First Solar is best of breed. I think solar stocks have been thrown out because we're it's too expensive. This administration is not conducive to, subsidies for solar companies. Yada, 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 all the above. But long-term, sustainable energy is still going to be a thing. AI is going to be here. I think solar is going to power AI. Elon Musk himself has said 10 years from now is what he said. He thinks solar is going to be 100% of the energy that we're using, which his timelines are always wrong. There's no way it's going to be in 10 years. But 20, 30 years, solar is going to be a big part of AI.
Okay. Your birthday wouldn't be complete without bringing on one of our favorite old-time guests on pre-market prep.
Oh my, everyone. We got the Warlock in the house.
What's up, birthday boy? What's going on? The Beastie Boy of trading. Did I ever mention you look like MCA? Ever mention that to you? You know the Beastie Boys, right? You guys from Canada get music?
I love the Beastie Boys. The Beastie Boys are awesome.
You got a little MCA going. Yeah.
There you go.
What's
That's
going
great.
on?
I
Happy
had the
birthday, my
Beastie
friend.
Boys. Fight for Your Right was the song, like 1986. That
Yeah,
was
well,
like
you
that
go,
was
you're
the
going way
album.
back. I'm proud of you.
Oh yeah, I'm old, Kenny. I'm old.
I know.
You're almost you older than me. You're close to my age, aren't you? We're really close. I think.
I'll take the over.
I think
think he's
I'm
right
53.
there.
I'm 53 now. 53.
Yeah.
So
you gotta be
Kenny,
about a
we're
couple years.
up here in the Georgian Bay. Brent and I road tripped yesterday. I don't want to talk. I don't want to tell my border story again, but it was. I was scared. I almost cried.
Yeah.
I mean, they were ready.
They were just getting ready to search his anal cavity there. Like he was in trouble. He was in real trouble. He was in the corner.
At one point,
secondary.
he said, "You got one more question. You better get it right." That's what he said to me.
These Canadian guards are mean.
And then before they pulled us over, but holy mackerel. Kenny, any words of advice for Dennis on his 49th birthday?
Just keep it on. Be the nice guy you are, which is, I think you're the nicest guy in trading. You got to get an edge. We got. I don't think you've ever had a mean word to say. I try to bait you into some getting to be aggressive. You never had a negative.
He yells at me. You should.
I yell at
meetings.
Joel. I'm mean to Joel.
Yeah.
I'm mean to Joel all the time. Every time he puts himself on mute twice a show by accident, I'm mean to him there. So I've never had anything mean to say to you, Kenny, because you're awesome. Kenny comes on here, smiles all the time, killing it, giving us great stock picks. He's always all over it. So this guy, he knows how to pick them, man.
I have to admit, first time I met you, I was kind of disappointed. I was getting told I was going to meet the Triple D trader. Whoa! And it was you. I'm like, oh, wait a second. What is going on here? I was duped.
You were bad. Like, who's this guy? I was expecting somebody totally different.
Kenny, I remember that. Didn't we go out that night? You dragged us like some bars, and Dennis was like grooving. He was out there grooving on the dance floor. That was a long time ago. But
yeah. I remember we had some good times, especially working for Benzinga. You guys had the greatest time, right? Going there. I mean, it was
sure
awesome.
did.
Every day was a gem.
Yeah. All right, Kenny. We love you. Thank you. And we're going to get you back on PMP soon.
I love you guys. Good luck.
Stock pick. Give us a stock pick.
Stock pick. Well,
listen,
what are you trading today?
I'm loving the Space Rockets Robots thing still, but NVTS and ASTS, space and chips, baby. Same story. NVTS. We got it. We're going, baby.
Now it is semiconductor. You get the 7.5, then you get the 10.
Look at
Exactamundo.
All right.
I know this guy.
Yeah. You'll like it. All right. Good luck, everybody. I'll see you.
Thanks, Danny.
Okay. All right. Hey, let's go to LiDAR.
Yeah. So Ouster, OUST, up 16% here this morning, moving. And I don't have the headline in front of me, but I'm going to. Oh, Brentster's got it.
So they got approval, LiDAR approval by the U.S. Department of Defense for unmanned aerial systems. Shares up. What'd you say, Dennis?
16%.
I got them up by 16.5%. That's $2.68. That's the I guess that's the bad news because it traded over $21 in the pre-market session. So once again, you had the rip. They sold the rip. Just over 21. I call it 21.20, 21.25. Once you have those spikes in the pre-market, people are like, oh, 21, I'll buy 21, I'll buy 22. And then the algos see a big offer. They switch, they start offering it down. They know that people are jammed. They're jammed. So, just keep an eye on 19. You clear 19, look for 20. Look at the size of 20. You clear 20, look at the size of 21. But right now, a little bit of sell the dip. Give me some parallel plays here for OUST.
Not really, because it's company specific news. So we're not seeing a lot of peer news here. I mean, when you think about LiDAR, like people think about Mobileye, they're doing a lot of other things there now. There's smaller companies though, like AEVA, which the Brentster was giving it to us, and it's been just marching. The stock's been on real. AEYE is another one, but we're not seeing any really moves in the sympathy plays here right now because it's pretty company specific news. So Ouster is ousting higher, but the other one's not so much. We are seeing quantum stocks get some love here, though. Jensen Huang commentary here on quantum as well. What was the comment, Brent? You know what the comment was?
Yep, I got it. Jensen Huang saying that quantum computing has reached an inflection point. Jensen Huang speaking at the Viva Tech event yesterday. Got a little quantum watch list if you guys want it, or if you want to stick on this name here, dealer's choice.
Your choice.
So yeah, number of stocks here, quantum stocks. If you want to talk, IONQ up 5% here. These stocks are wanting to go and then they dip back, so they're like been really choppy lately here. IONQ's has been bouncing around back and forth here. This morning, obviously up on this commentary though. RGTI, has not really participated, but it is lifting here this morning as well. QBTS, the quantum trade seems a little bit tired. Like it wanted to go down yesterday, but now you're getting this snapback rally here. I don't know. It's definitely an important day for quantum stocks because they were really tired yesterday. Now they get a lift back up. Can they hold on to the gains here this morning and build off that? Or do we start seeing the gains leak back here? So I'm slightly concerned about the quantum trade just being a little bit long in the tooth.
Okay, we'll just keep an eye on the pre-market highs for these to see if it's a ring to register opportunity. If you are looking for these things to come in a little bit, you can look at some former resistance. Top of yesterday's range is always something to keep in mind when you're trading these issues. RGTI, this is one we've talked about a lot. That, as I said, this has got a pop. This is a little bit more. It's a lower price stock, a little bit, a little bit more sleepy. But definitely good news. S&Ps, Dennis. There was a rip there.
Leaky
Yeah,
a little bit.
Yeah. Yep. I mean, what more good news could you get in the market? We got a deal with China, even though we don't know how good of a deal it is with China, and then a soft CPI. So, I mean, what could go wrong?
Just a little buyer exhaustion here maybe this morning. It's not like we're going to rip higher 50, 60, 70 handles in every deal here now. We got a little bit of exhaustion, and it's been a long ways. I mean, we've come a long way, so we got to be aware of that. I still think we hit all-time highs, though, within June. Ratings changes. We talked about First Solar already. Urban Outfitters catching an upgrade from Baird here this morning. It is trading up substantially. Probably the deal with China is probably helping all retail to a certain extent. But Baird upgrades Urban to outperform. Stock is trading up 3.41% here in the pre-market. They raised their price target up to $90. They are upgrading outperform following Urban's newly focused investor day. We've been positive on fundamentals execution for several quarters, though sensitive to valuation in an uncertain macro backdrop. Investor event reinforced a durable growth strategy in the core portfolio, with newly representing an increasingly important yet underappreciated growth profit lever in the emerging rental space. So Urban Outfitters moving higher here.
What did they give? Did they give pizza sales?
I know Joel always believes that Urban Outfitters sells pizza there too. I don't know.
They do.
I would never confirm that.
Jay, could you dig that up? I believe
we never confirmed that.
Oh my lord. Okay, it's your birthday, so I'm not going to get mad at you.
Yeah, see, you can't get mad at me on my birthday.
Yep, Jay will confirm it about the pizza. So let's the analysts are big. It's a good day. The market's up. The analysts, good day to do ratings.
Yeah, Bill.com downgraded Morgan Stanley. Uber got a buy rating from Stifel. Remember, it's Robotaxi Day. We were trading this a little bit there, and I was long it, but I sold it. I don't know. With Robotaxi Day coming, though, that could be a little bit of a tough time to downgrade because I don't think Robotaxi is great for Uber.
Dennis, someone cracked into our system here.
What's going on? Happy birthday.
We got everyone. The birthday show. I can't get away from this birthday.
What stock do I buy today for a penny, Dennis?
I don't know. Money Mitch, you tell me. You tell me what you're looking at. Thank you, Money Mitch. How's it going? How are those twins? How are the boys?
They're doing great, my friend. It just goes to show me more and more. I think we're getting older, my friend. We're talking Spencer has kids now. I have kids. And at least I can say that your house is finally done. right? Your
It's
house is
gorgeous,
finally
man.
done.
It's gorgeous. You know, we're here in the Georgian Bay.
I know you're right there, Joe. You're finally able to see the trees. Are you gonna knock another tree down while you're there?
No,
we'll get Joel on the chainsaw. Lisa will go nuts. But we get Joel on the chainsaw. Cut off his hand or something. That wouldn't be good.
I thought we were gonna. At least it's not the winter time. You're not gonna have a ice hockey match out there on the lake. I mean, what's going on, man?
Trying to get the boat in today.
Yeah.
I had the boat getting worked on, and the guy came in, so we're gonna try to drop that in, do a little bit of boating there. So we'll see if we can get to that, around lunchtime here. But we got, the show to do, and we got the STN room here, so we got some work to do before the play starts.
Today might be all-time highs. I'm just gonna put that out there.
Yeah,
I'm gonna put that out there. I'm feeling it, man.
You feel the reversal?
It's the perfect day. It's the perfect day to bring us and finish this rally. The last hurrah.
The end. The end of the Bulls right now.
Because this is the thing.
Man, everybody you've been hanging out with me too long, man.
They were looking for the excuse. Now they have the excuse to rip it higher. And it was sitting on that V recovery. It was like, okay, let's scare them. All right, now send it.
So you think they send it and then pull the rug, or do you think they just send it?
I think we get above the all-time highs for maybe a couple days, but I'm looking towards next week being a big focus. Some options are going to come off, and I think that's what we need to be looking for, especially option positioning. And I even learned a little bit more about this. I was talking with a little bit of Quas. Tim Quas was kind of referring to some of this, and I think that he's right in that sense. I think we got to be looking here that we're going to get this drive through all-time highs, and then after that, what happens then? Because of course, at that point, the institutions are going to be way late to the game. They have to join the party. That's usually when they're going to get stuffed. This is actually going to retail-led rally.
Quad witch coming up. Yeah,
that's the perfect.
Hey, Buddy Mitch has been helping us out on STN. He won't be here this Friday. He has kid duty. But tune in.
I did want to say one thing. I want to say one thing to all the pre-market prep listeners every single day. Dennis Dick is such a great asset, not just for this show, but for education for you guys out there. If there's one thing I definitely learned from Dennis is really paying attention to the relationships. The relationships of stocks have literally made me so much money. It's how I make money in the swing game all the time, guys, is that I'm always trying to find that leader to laggard style trading. And Dennis doesn't even do all these types of trades. He just knows about it. And I took those nuggets of wisdom. It's really helped me look at the rotation of the market, Dennis. And I truly appreciate you, man. I wish you the best of luck on your next birthday. I mean, going for the big 50.
I don't know. I'm scared of the 50. We don't even talk
no
about
50 show.
Hey,
no,
you know
no
what? I'm
50.
actually even going to say this. You know what? Cats, you can lose. Oilers, you can take the cup.
Oh, you're going to give me the cup. That's what I really want for my birthday.
I'm going to give you the cup, my friend. I'm going to give you the cup, Dennis. I'll give you the cup,
hoping
man.
So.
Game 7.
Bring it to me.
Game 7.
I'm ready. It's been 35 years. I'm ready.
You got the best hockey player on the ice. He'll take it.
Let's make it happen.
Okay.
Take it, man.
We got a hot money. Thank you, man.
Thanks, Money Match. Appreciate it, buddy.
Woo! Man, oh,
it's
man,
my birthday today. I didn't even know that.
Shout out the kids for giving you a little celebration. Now we
they did a nice job. They did a nice job decorating here.
Hey, listen, one more thing. All you Twitter trolls out there, can you be nice to Dennis today?
Yeah.
Wow, look at this editing. You guys got old
Holy mackerel, we got Aaron Bree. This is unbelievable lineup. AB.
What's up,
going
Dennis? Happy
on?
birthday. Happy birthday, brother. Good to see you guys. Hope the road trip was good, Joel. Good to see you guys are hanging out in person, and then it's good to catch up with y'all.
Wow.
Yeah, so AB
got everybody here.
Yeah, I mean 49. Okay, what are you? 29, 28, 27?
20. I turned 28 last month in May.
So what do you think?
He's got his whole life ahead of him, man. 28 years old. This guy is just getting started. He's just getting started.
That's the goal. I mean, hey, look, but you guys, what's new? I mean, you guys, Joel, you're up in Canada right now. You guys did this road trip. What else is on the docket besides streaming together? Or Dennis, you gonna take Joel out on the boat?
Yeah, we're going to try to get the boat in today. We got a little bit of boating going on, a little bit of boating, a little bit of trading, a little bit of
Well,
STN room. We got some stuff. We got some stuff.
You know the good thing about taking Joel out on the boat is, right?
I can save everybody.
Yeah, if the boat dies 3 miles away from land, Joel will swim 3 miles back to land and save everyone.
Well, he'll save himself at least, anyways. I'll just sink probably because I don't think I could swim 3 miles. So,
AB,
but Joel will survive.
What are you gonna? When you're gonna be 49? What are you gonna be doing when you're 49? Then we'll let you go.
I'm just trying to make it to. Well, let me make it to 39 first, and then we'll go from there.
Okay, AB, man, thank you so much for getting up super early. I don't care that you didn't comb your hair, but thanks.
He never combed his hair.
That's what if I combed my hair on Dennis's birthday, there's a mismatch there. That doesn't make any sense.
What am I thinking?
If anything, I've actually been combing my hair every day, but today for Dennis's birthday, in honor of Dennis's birthday, I decided not to comb my hair.
Okay, all right. We got to pull AB. We got one more special happy birthday.
Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Hot Stocks Luke. Hot Stocks
What's
Luke.
up, guys?
Luke Jacoby, how are
Happy
you,
birthday,
buddy?
Dennis.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. What have you been up to, Luke? How's it going?
I got married like a week ago.
Well, that's something. Congratulations. Holy, now it's serious. Now it's serious. I didn't know a week ago. Yeah, congratulations, Luke. That's big. How's marriage? How's marriage life?
So far, like 8 days in. So far, so good.
So far, you made it 8 days. Well, congratulations.
Yeah,
That's good.
We're gonna like start celebrating anniversaries in weeks. You know, it'll go.
So
we make it
to 2 weeks. We make it to 1 month. Then we got 3 months.
Yeah.
So,
Exactly.
Luke, you're the same age as Dana, right? 28, 32?
32, yep.
32. So 49. I mean, you're already semi-retired now. So what are you going to be doing when you're 49?
I hope I do have a dream in my mind. I aspire to live in northern Canada, build my own house in the woods
with forest fires.
From Joel. One day.
That's the dream. Forest fires and Luke Jacoby's backyard, because that's what happens in northern Canada.
Man, and Luke, we go from AB to Luke here. He's got the white shirt, just fresh back from the cleaners, combed hair. So you came back from your honeymoon, right? At 6 a.m. this morning? Is that correct?
No, I had another flight, a red-eye flight from LA at 6 a.m. this morning. I had
gosh.
Show up and protest, and now I'm back. But,
did you burn some Waymos?
No,
Luke,
no comment.
No comment. Outlook for the market.
I liked what Money Mitch was saying. Today's the perfect day for all-time highs.
There you go.
We got a special birthday.
Go. Get it all-time highs and pull the rug so everybody loses.
Yeah, there you go.
I like that setup there too. Luke, thanks so much. The birthday wishes. It's great to see you. Obviously, we know we worked with you at Benzinga for so long, so we appreciate you coming on, saying hi, and don't be a stranger. Come back soon. Hot Stocks Luke, he gets some picks from Luke too. Maybe not a pick today, but we're gonna get some hot stock picks from Hot Stocks Luke.
All right, deal. I'll come back when I got one cooking up.
Okay, you go do your research. Thanks, Luke.
Right,
congratulations,
guys. Happy birthday, Dennis.
Thank you.
Woo! Boy, oh boy. How's that, Dennis?
That was a power hour, man. I saw like everybody from my entire life right there. Like I don't have anybody else. That's the end.
You know what? Maybe I'll come up with someone for tomorrow.
Oh gosh, it's not birthday week, birthday day, and it's the day is that was a lot. That was a lot of people there. It was good. Thanks so much, guys. You guys did a great job putting all this together, the secret road trip, everything. Like, wow, you guys went all out here. I don't know what we're going to do for your guys' birthdays. I'm definitely not going to be able to step up to this, though.
Okay,
for pretty high here.
For the people that joined us late, I just want you guys to see this video, and all you Twitter trolls out there, pay attention to the end. Check this out. Let's bring in
the birthday boy.
What are you talking about?
Yeah, happy birthday,
Is it my
Dennis.
birthday?
Happy birthday.
Thank you, Chad. Oh yes, I feel older already. My back is hurting here this morning. I'm sleepier than normal, so 43 feels worse than 42.
Happy birthday, Dennis. Happy birthday.
Thanks, guys. Thanks, Chad, for everybody for the happy birthday.
See,
wishes. Yes,
we
I'm
played it
getting
low
old
key. We
today.
played it.
I'd forget my own birthday if it wasn't for my wife. So
Dennis, what do you got going on there in the background? Oh, it's its birthday.
approaching
She
50, Joel. Approaching
Oh
50
my
is
God.
certainly
Oh my
bad.
Happy
I'd forget
birthday.
my own birthday if it wasn't for my wife and kids. So I show up in the morning, I just see this out here. I was like, oh, it's my birthday today. I didn't even know that.
Shout out the kids for giving you a little celebration. Now we.
Yeah, they did a
now
nice
we-
job.
now
They did a
we
nice
get to
job
do-
decorating here.
Hey, listen, one more thing. All you Twitter trolls out there, can you be nice to Dennis today?
Yeah.
Don't forget, you're on mute though. Let me do the old mute trick. There we go.
I love that. Don't forget you're on mute though. Joel always on mute, so that's
Okay.
hilarious.
Brettster, you gonna shout out something here? Or are we just gonna hop in the S10 room and actually talk about the markets?
I think we're hopping in the STN room and talk markets here. I think nothing can more be said about the birthday. It's like you guys did a great job. I'm like exhausted from all the birthday wishes.
Oh, we
great.
got a few more surprises. Okay.
Oh,
All right,
gosh.
let's hop into
Let's see
SDN,
that.
folks.
Yeah. Okay. Thanks, guys. Join us in the STN room. We're heading over there now.